Hello everyone, I am Aditya Varadaraj Seshadri of Chemistry School from class 9. Today I will take you through the journey of my past, present and future. Are you all interested in knowing what it contains? So here we go. This contains origin, generation, culture, biology and future. The story unreveals itself from the temple town of Pudukot in Palakkad district in Kerala. Our family goddess or Kuladevam is Annapurneshwari and the preceding deity. The story starts itself from Agraharam. Do you know what is Agraharam? In those days, the big temple used to be in the center and a small town with houses and shops were developed. This is Agraharam. People who lived in this area were related to the temple in some or the other way. During the 18th century lived a blessed couple, Sitaraman and Shivagami, in this Agraharam. I am the seventh generation from Sitaraman and Shivagami. Sitaraman and Shivagami had three sons. One of the sons is Bharatan and his wife was Janaki. They had six sons and one daughter. One of the six sons is Venkatraman. His wife was Anantambal. They had three sons. One of them was Parameshwaran and his wife was Lakshmi. They had three sons. One of those three sons is my grandfather Varadarajan. My grandmother is Sharadambal. They had three sons and three daughters. In the same village lived another couple, Subramanian and Venkatambal. They had three sons. One of the sons was Narayanan and his wife was Meenakshi. They had seven sons. Lakshmanan was one of the seven. His wife was Kamala. They had five sons and five daughters. My maternal grandfather Narayanan was one of the sons. My maternal grandmother is Vijayalakshmi. They have two daughters. My mother is one of the daughters. My father Seshadri is one of the sons of Varadarajan. Myself and my sister are the children of Seshadri and Kamala. My sister is Sharada. She is also my mentor. The story continues from Bharatan and his wife Janaki. Bharatan was a typical Pandit. To find green pastures, he moved with his family from Pudukot to Karampura. He became the in charge of activities of Parakadavu temple. As the children grew, they diverged into various fields and set up their own life. Parameshwaran, my great grandfather, became the Divan to the then king. He built the ancestral home on the banks of River Kunti, which we are proud of even today. In 1962, when Land Ceiling Act was passed, my grandfather Varadarajan had to move from Karampura to Dindigul, Tamil Nadu. There he started his own business which was known as the Essence Coffee House for his livelihood. People's professions kept changing according to the time period and different circumstances, like from a pandit to a divan to a businessman. Professions are all divine and it is for universal welfare, but culture and tradition are means to the soul. To every individual, there is a world inside and outside him. The outside world is known as materialistic world, which is required to live this life and that's temporary. We can see it through our senses, but is but there is a world within us that is the relationship we the Jivatma have with Paramatma that's eternal. This cannot be seen but can be experienced, and we must always strive to have peace within us. This peace can be obtained by being in the path of Dharma. There are three schools of thought which talk about this differently. Shankaracharya's Advaita philosophy, Madhvacharya's Dvaita philosophy, and Ramanujacharya's Vishishtadvaita philosophy. My family follows Advaita philosophy of Shankaracharya of Sringeri. To understand our culture better, we need to see how our today's society has evolved. In the earlier days, the educated people told and others accepted without an iota of doubt. Then came the emotional age, where people started taking advantage of people's acceptance. This is when exploitation started. Slowly, it led to confusion in the mind of the people of the rules existing in the society. Then came the scientific era. People started questioning everything that was followed. However, over a period of time, the reasons faded out and not all known answers were known. But deep within, we all know that the age old system were right. Presently, to sustain this culture, my parents have associated me with institutions to instill this value and help us to take it to the upcoming generations. So, my parents wanted me to have a blend of spirituality and modern education because if we have to live in this society, we need to have the modern education. So, they put me in Kenshi School and College, founded by Sri Shish Kumar, as it has a combination of both. It teaches us to meet today's market requirements and respect human values and Indian culture. Scriptures are vital for human values. Therefore, learning scriptures becomes essential. So my parents put me in Vebolim where I learned Ramayanam from Dr. R. Ranganji. I learned Vedas from Vidwan K. L. Srinivasan at Sri Surabharti Sanskrit and Cultural Foundation and about Bhagavata Dharma from Vijayashri School of Harikatha by Srimati Vishakahari. Therefore, today I am able to balance between the modern education as well as our culture from the scriptures. I appreciate my culture. We understand how this culture brings harmony and peace of mind. Knowing culture alone is not sufficient. We must also know our traditions. But to know our age old traditions, we need to know the rituals. This can be learned only from our ancestors. Rituals instill discipline in our lifestyle. These ancient knowledges are carried down to the next generation. They bring about harmony in the society and peace in our mind. So, what are these rituals? The daily shishtacharas, karmas, that is from the birth till the death, the different types of food we have, the language we speak at home, the clothes we wear, and the puja vidhi, that is the method to do a puja, and festivals we celebrate. Our family has a special naming pattern. That is, the eldest son gets the paternal grandfather's name, the second son gets maternal grandfather's name, the eldest daughter gets paternal grandmother's name, and the second daughter gets maternal grandmother's name. We have seen the need to learn the modern education, culture, rituals, or tradition. This alone is not sufficient. There are certain additional things we must know. They are by knowing the daily Panchangam, that is to know the star, Tithi, etc. We learn the art forms to experience the spirituality, and I am glad that learning these art forms are a part and parcel in our family culture. Then listening to upanyasams and religious discourses. Yearly visit to family temples to show our gratitude to God for giving a great family, and to visit all the old senior members of the family every year and gain old age wisdom. Culture and tradition helps us to understand how much we are taking from nature and how much we need to give back. We are only a part of this entire creation of God. Therefore, all these knowledges are vital to follow the five fundamentals of Dharma. One is that we need to give back to the Devas, and when we mean Devas, we are talking about Agni Deva, Surya Deva, Vayu Deva, Indra Deva, and others, which are the elements of nature that we need for our sustenance. Our debt to the rishis because they have given us the scriptures, which tell us how we need to live a life. They give us the culture. So Pitrarana, debt to our ancestors. I am proud for having a big family. The generations followed the traditions and handed over this tradition to the upcoming generations, and therefore I am indebted to them. Manushya which means we are indebted to all the people living in this earth because we can all live only in a society. We cannot do anything as an individual. And finally, the Bhutarana, which means to all the living things in the world, the mountain, rivers, forests, the trees, animal, birds, and all other living things. So the five fundamentals of Dharma are debt to Devas, Rishis, Pitra, Manushya, Bhuta, and this indicates Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam. This entire world is our family. So the essence of all this is to live in harmony. Everybody performs their duties with moral being greedless. Everybody aspires righteousness. Synthesizes all being, that is, remove all the thoughts of using somebody or possessing. Remain fearless, that is, nobody harms the other. Everybody is happy and peace with themselves. This is Sanatana Dharma. That is when we are in the right path and do our duties correctly. Not only should we live in Dharma, but encourage all to be in the path of Dharma. Women should be looked up with respect and reverence. Nobody is helpless and there is no orphans, be it old, handicapped, or widow. There is no poverty. There is no fear of diseases. All of the above is quoted in Ramayanam in Yuddha Kandam in 132nd Sarga. And this is Bhagavata Dharma, which means to see God in everything. Not only that we are in Dharma or the right path, but also to make sure that the society is in the right path because Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Action, thoughts, and lifestyles together form culture, and culture leads to biology, and from biology, we get to know about gene, health, and appearance. Gotra. Gene or Gotra tells us which lineage we belong to. Everything starts from Lord Brahma. My Gotra is Bharadwaja Gotra. My Gotra has three main rishis. They are Angirasa, Barhaspatya, and Bharadwaja. Under health, we focus on home remedies and we follow Ayurveda. We follow right diet and have a proper lifestyle. In our family, everyone has LDLP cholesterol, which comes in our gene. Appearance. Everyone has wheatish color. Average height is 5 feet 8 inch. We have copper hair color or straight hair. All of us are average built and we have flat foot. Health of the oldest people I've seen in my family. These are some of them. All of them are above 90 years and untouched by modernization. They follow very strict and disciplined lifestyle. They always take warm jeera water, timely consumption and same quantity of food. They are always physically active. They take oil bath twice a week. They walk a lot. They get up early hours and sleep early. They take early morning bath. They do Trikala Sandhya Vandanam. Even today, they do their own activities. Medications. Prevention is better than cure. This is what we believe. We fast on Ekadashis using Tripla weekly once, that is to stabilize Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. We cleanse a stomach once a year. Consume Ayurvedic food during Ashada Masa, that is the rainy season. Have oil bath weekly twice. Consume buttermilk and fenugreek to cool the body. Consume the seasonal foods to balance the body humors, that is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, which is indicated through our festivals. When sick, we drink only kanji or gruel. Make kashayam, that is a herbal decoction according to the problem. Food. Eat light food in the night or only milk and fruits. The meal starts with ghee and dal rice first. Consume buttermilk at the end of every meal. Drink only lukewarm jeera water. Don't eat old food. Eat the food which is warm. Do ajmanam and offer the food to God before every meal. Include Shat Rasas in a day. Avoid outside food as much as possible, and no intermingling of food because food influences your action and thoughts. No sharing of food from the same plate. Eat only those food which were consumed by our ancestors because we believe that we have the enzymes to digest only them. Don't introduce new types of food into the diet. Follow the restrictions like avoid garlic and onion. Lifestyle. Get up early in the morning. Fold the bed and never use it during the day. Have bath before you start the day. Do Trikala Sandhya Vandanam, Parayanam and Puja. Whenever you come back home, wash hands, legs and face. Wear vibhuti or chandanam. Boys by the age of 8 must get their Upanayinam done. Thereafter follow all the Anushtanas and yearly Upakarma. Girls or ladies maintain special hygiene during their monthly cycle. Future. Lord Krishna says, history judges a person by his human values. So we have seen that my past and present has been bright. So to make my future bright, we need to have proper responsibilities, accountability, and authority. That is, to learn the scriptures correctly from the original source. Follow all the rituals and traditions sincerely so that it can be passed on to the next generation. By being a good leader, ensure the discipline is instilled in everybody and the values are carried out to the next generation. With this note, I come to the end of my journey of my past, present, and future, where we saw in detail about culture and biology. Thank you.